Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm showing you my summer foundation routine, and I'll also be showing you how I do this very easy soap brow technique. So if you want to see how I got this look right here, please keep watching. Firstly, we're starting off with our brows, and I'm using some pure soap which you can get from Clicks. I'm wetting the soap with some setting spray, and then I'm rubbing my brush through it. I start by combing down my brow hairs and then combing it up. So this will ensure that the brow hairs stick onto my skin and they don't move at all. Then I'm going in with my brow and I'm creating hair-like strokes all through my brow. And lastly, I clean up my brow on the bottom and the top using some concealer. That is it. Very natural looking, very easy. Eyebrows all done. Now let's move on to our skin. Now skincare plays a very big role in the way your makeup sits on your skin. So I recommend exfoliating your skin at least twice a week to get rid of any dead and flaky skin. Also mask your skin quite regularly, so I alternate between pore cleansing mask and hydrating mask. And lastly, drink a lot of water. After hydrating my skin and doing my whole skincare, I go in with the Kiki Beauty Primer all over my face. Then I'm using the primer Putty by Swiitchbeauty, which is going to fill in any pores and fine lines that I may have. I'm focusing this on my T-zone and under my eyes mainly. Next, I'm going into color correct using my Eye Color Correct Peach Corrector, and this is going to correct any dark circles and pigmentation on my face. I blend that out using a damp sponge. For my foundation, this is the real gem of my foundation routine. I'm using my Makeup Revolution foundation stick base, which is a very dewy foundation, and it just gives your skin that hydrated, youthful look. So I'm placing this all over my skin, and the way I like to blend this out is by using a flat top kabuki brush. I like to press my foundation into my skin. No matter what foundation I'm using, I always press it in, and then once I'm done with the pressing motion, I go in and I blend in circular motions just to buff out the foundation, making sure not to leave any sort of streaks on my skin. Moving on to my concealer, I am concealing and highlighting under my eyes in a triangle shape. Then I am also concealing the center of my face and down my nose and on my chin. I will blend this out using my flat top kabuki brush once again. Then I am showing you my absolute trick in any makeup routine. I take a damp sponge and I blend out everything once again. So this will ensure that there's no harsh lines, no streaks on my foundation or my concealer, and the damp sponge actually picks up any excess foundation or concealer that I may have. Then I go in with some setting spray. I'm using my Kiki Beauty Rose Dew setting spray to add hydration into my skin because I have very dry skin. And then I'm taking my sponge once again once the setting spray is halfway dry, and I just like to press the setting spray into my skin, and this will ensure that my makeup, my base makeup, is going to last even longer. For blush and contour, I'm using the Bubble Blush palette by Swiitchbeauty, and I'm using the two pinks in the palette to create a beautiful flushed look. And then I'm using the two browns, just mixing them together, and I'm using this to contour. So when you contour, you're adding more dimension into your skin and defining certain areas. So I like to contour my cheekbones, my forehead, my jawline, and the sides of my nose. Moving on to powders, I'm using the Swiitchbeauty Matte Bounce Powder under my eyes, and I'm baking slightly Baking ensures that I'm not going to have any creases under my eyes. Then I'm also using the same powder and setting my entire face. Once I set my face, I make sure to take a big fluffy brush and I just dust off any excess powder that may be on my skin. This is a white powder, so I didn't want any flashback in photography. Then I'm using my Bahama Mama bronzing powder and I'm just setting the areas that I contour. Moving on to my favorite part, I'm going to highlight my skin and I'm using my Ofra Cosmetics highlight palette. So what I like to highlight is on the tops of my cheekbones, the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and occasionally on the tip of my nose. So this is where the sun naturally hits my face, and those are the areas that you should be highlighting. Lastly, to set everything in place, I'm using my setting spray by hand. And that is it, you guys. This is the final look. I hope that you enjoy it. The products I use are pretty affordable. So that was my summertime foundation routine. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe down below. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Until we meet again, bye!